I'm Brendan Danahan of The Internationalist. As a company, we focus on connecting the people and ideas in marketing worldwide through content, intelligence, thought leadership, and collaboration on a number of platforms. Our research division, Internationalist Insights, focuses on select topics and emerging trends of interest to marketers. Insights surveys were developed to quickly interpret global marketing trends at scale by surveying the Internationalist worldwide audience, combined with in-depth personal interviews with individuals we have honored for their marketing contributions. Interpretation of these results and perspectives are by seasoned executives dedicated to big picture view of how contemporary marketing is changing business strategy. Again this year, we're looking at what's on the minds of marketers to start the year by examining which issues matter most in the coming 12 months. These are items that rise to the top of marketers' annual agenda. These results also help to shape the Internationalist content, think tanks, and initiatives around marketers' core concerns. I'd like to introduce Deborah Malone, founder of The Internationalist, to discuss some of the survey results and their implications for marketers. Welcome, Deborah.
Thanks, Brendan. It's a pleasure to be talking about trends, particularly now.
Before we get into the specific priorities, would you give a brief 30,000-foot view on what's on the minds of marketers in 2021?
Certainly. Today's marketers face a long list of urgent priorities that are not only challenging, but also require new thinking and expanded skills. We've all experienced accelerated digital transformation that has affected how we work, how we interact with each other, how we consume media, and how we relate to brands. While we have come to intuitively understand that a crisis can reprioritize our views of what matters most to people or even spark innovation, the marketing industry is working to navigate two areas simultaneously. The first is how can marketers meaningfully express brand values and corporate messages that resonate on many levels amid the continued uncertainty generated by the ongoing pandemic. And the second is how can they better understand and quickly adapt to new consumer sentiment and customer expectations.
That's a lot to navigate in addition to so many other marketing responsibilities that seem to be continually growing. So what turned out to be their top agenda items?
Well, our Insight survey provided marketers around the world with 20 current hot topics, and they could choose as many as were relevant as their top agenda items in 2021. They could also make comments or add other items. Marketers put both brand growth and technology equally at the top of their lists, as both topics received roughly 61%. Interestingly, effectiveness and purposeful marketing scored next highest at 57% and 52% respectively, as did gaining new consumer insights at 48%. That was followed by issues surrounding data and keeping up with media change. Both items chosen by roughly 43% of respondents as important to their work this year.
Can you talk more specifically about some of those top issues?
Yes, without question, the explosion of data and advances in digital technology will continue to transform every business on the planet. Certainly, it's easier for marketers to now deliver customized content and tailored advertising at scale. But in an omnipresent pandemic, many are grappling to find meaningful ways to directly connect with customers and satisfy new performance models. So, as to specifics, the biggest topic now is brand growth, or overcoming the economics of the pandemic and shifting to an increasingly direct-to-consumer society. Of course, this is important for all the commercial reasons, but it also underscores the shift in moving from traditional brand building to performance marketing and all of its related skill sets when most communications have become entirely digital. Next is technology and marketing, an evergreen topic, as no part of marketing or the customer value chain has been left untouched by technology. Marketers want to know what technologies matter most now. And the number 3 issue is rather noteworthy as marketing becomes far more accountable. It is effectiveness and measurement, or our new ROI or ROAS, that's return on advertising spend standards, emerging. One respondent commented, "We are seeing a massive shift to addressability and personalization made possible by data. Showing this approach can actually increase return on advertising spend by over 50%. This macro topic combines so many related issues: media change, effectiveness, data, marketing and technology or MarTech, and brand growth."
How did these priorities differ from past years? Did COVID and the events of 2020 really shake things up as much as we think?
Well, there are several things that stand out. Our 2020 What's on the Mind of Marketers survey prior to COVID showed that 50% of marketers were concerned about changing agency, consulting, and in-house roles, or the new possibilities for collaborative partnerships across a range of specialized talent. And this compared to just 8.6% this year. So that's a huge shift. Last year, reinventing e-commerce was a top agenda item only for 15% of marketers. This year, it's 35% who see it as a priority. And a sustainable future only mattered to 23% last year before COVID. Now, it matters to nearly 40% of all respondents. A year ago, marketer interests ranged from generating greater consumer trust, providing a quality brand experience, and to juggling personalization and privacy. Before COVID, we found that marketers were trying to find an equilibrium between espousing the latest trends and functioning within their day-to-day business realities. Respondents expressed concerns about the focus on short-term results over long-term brand development and growth, as well as apprehension about how the pace of change in consumer behavior is outpacing the industry's own capacity to adapt. Little did they know.
While top agenda issues are significantly important, did the survey ask how marketers now view their roles?
Yes, it did. And the biggest change is a new sense of urgency. Our survey also asked marketers how the events of 2020 changed their marketing priorities. Again, they had an opportunity to check all statements relevant to their work. More than half of those surveyed, almost 57%, agreed that innovation is not enough. It's the speed of innovation that's extremely important now. One respondent admitted, "Big advertisers don't move fast enough, and as a result, the industry doesn't move fast enough to successfully evolve." An equal number also granted that understanding changing consumer behavior is now a priority. Nearly half said that continued digital transformation is an urgent concern, and 44% cited that both revenue growth and cost reductions are important at this time.
Were there any surprises in marketers' responses?
Yeah, there were some surprises. One of the things I thought interesting was that 39% noted that we are now considering the lifetime value of a customer. This is certainly a big change from the usual quarter-by-quarter thinking. Another item that was somewhat surprising is that 35% said that we are looking deeply at our purpose to better express our role in society. To me, what's interesting is how the domain of purpose is expanding. And one other point is that while only 8.6% said we are exploring brand activism in support of social and environmental issues, we had not really seen a significant linkage between brands and activism in the past. And while Nike and Kaepernick in 2018 certainly typified brand activism, it seems that marketers at that time saw it as a specific incident rather than a movement.
Were there any other findings that stood out in the survey?
Interestingly, this year's study results also reflect a remarkable outpouring of candid personal comments and a new level of introspection. I think that's probably no surprise after the events of 2020. Many respondents admitted to having various concerns about trust, whether that pointed to transparency in media or restoring the erosion of consumer trust. Others talked about worries regarding increased regulation, particularly in the data and privacy arena, while many expressed an anxiety about the evolution of media, both online and offline. Most survey participants admitted to a clear focus on increasing market share, saving costs, and being able to grow ROI and demonstrate it to shareholders.
That was a very compact overview of this survey, Deborah. And it certainly seems like a good place to end today's segment. If you'd like more information, visit our website, please. That's theinternationalist.com. Please remember that there's a hyphen between the and internationalist. We appreciate your interest in our platform. The Internationalist Insight Survey provides a snapshot of views among the marketing community worldwide. The respondent base for this survey was truly international in nature, with 37.5% indicating that they have global responsibility for their brands. All regions of the world were represented by the survey participants, with those with responsibility for the Americas represent 41.6% of respondents, EMEA 12.4%, and APAC 8.2%. The Internationalist connects a global marketing audience through content, insights, case studies, and peer-to-peer marketer think tanks, awards, and summits, all to better serve the needs of our global marketing community. The Internationalist is especially proud of our Marketing Makes a World of Difference initiative and our decade-long global alliance with the AMA. Thanks very much, everyone, for listening. Bye-bye.